Thank you, Nynne. I made a few notes during the day. I think I promised you at my opening address that you will have some very strong presenters and some good discussion and inspiring speeches. So I hope you feel that you got that. I certainly have enjoyed the day. I thought it was a very, very strong program, and I wasn't the one making it, so I can say that. I hope you also got some good networking opportunities, and there'll be more to come from that perspective. And mostly, I hope that you got some inspiration and some insights into our industry's role in the energy transition. I did try to make a few notes. It's very hard to summarize, actually, a day like today, but there are sort of three areas that stand out to me. One is about the new geopolitics of natural gas. Very clearly, we heard and can see that gas plays an increasing role in the geopolitical situation in Europe and also in Europe's energy policy. We also have seen that Europe is becoming increasingly dependent on imports, both on oil and on gas, and also that oil and gas, and especially gas, is absolutely key for Europe's energy security going forward. The other point for me was oil and gas contribution to sustainable development, and both to the goals and also to the green transition. And what we've heard today is very clear that a large part of the world need access to affordable energy, and that's essential for growth of strong economics around us. We have also heard, in recent discussions, that we can help in our sector. Christian just said, energy efficiency of our operations. There are things we can do to help directly on the transition. And then certainly the know-how and the competences that we just heard about, both on carbon capture and storage. And it comes back to the points I tried to make at the beginning of investments, not only in infrastructure, these projects are extremely heavy, but also in technological developments and in our people and the competences that we have. So I do think we have a strong role to play as part of the green agenda and transition in that role. And my third point was very clear, and we heard that from the minister. The oil and gas business is here to stay, and we have broad support from the parliament. The minister was very clear talking about both the energy agreement, the North Sea agreement, and the North Sea strategy. I think that gives a very, very clear foundation for our industry on where we want to go and the role that we play. And it's significantly more clear now than it was just a year back for our industry. Clearly, EU, even in 2040, is roughly 50% of the energy will be from oil and gas. And it comes back to the point I tried to make, that 1 barrel produced here in Denmark is 1 barrel less imported into Denmark and EU. We need to continue to make our industry and our role more visible. We also heard the minister giving us that recommendation. And I think when I look overall back on the summit, we had sort of 4 themes around welfare, jobs, energy and security, all in energy transition. And I think we have touched on all of them and tried to pull them together with different perspectives throughout the day. It's very clear to me that the Danish resources will benefit Denmark for years to come, and it's essential to support the green transition towards net zero emissions. And we have a very, very strong role to play in that. So I look forward to working with you all towards 2050 and our ambitions. I thank you very much for your very active participation throughout the day. I would like to thank the Oil and Gas Secretariat as a whole. I know you have all been engaged in making this conference work. I think you did an outstanding job, so thank you for that. Should we give them a hand, please? And also, I think a special thank to you, Nynne, for navigating us through a very, very passionate speakers and sticking to the clock. Thank you. And then I believe that we have. I hope you'll stay around for some networking and some drinks. And I wish you all a safe journey home after that. Thank you.